Welcome back to the channel, guys. It is me, 87 from 4. So today, guys, we predict with you guys this season's Uefa Europa Conference League predictions, guys. The 23-24 edition. So remember, guys, to like and subscribe. Today's like target is going to be 10 likes since we haven't really been reaching the like target in the last couple of videos. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, I do want to make this note before I even get started, guys. I'm very, very sorry for the delay. I'm sorry for the delay, guys. This video should have been out yesterday. I was just really busy with, personal stuff that was going on in my life. I know there was this assignment that I was trying to complete, and it took a lot longer than I anticipated. And, yeah, that's the reason why this video got delayed. So I do apologize in advance, and I'll try to make it up to you guys. So, let's start with Group A, guys. So, Group A, guys, we have Lille, Slovan Bratislava, Olimpia Ljubljana, and Kaya Klaksvik. So, my predictions for this group. I think second place will be Slovan Bratislava. I really think they have a good roster. And even though they've kind of been somewhat underwhelming this season, the qualifiers, I was just checking, they haven't really been as convincing. I still feel like, for me, this is a team that's just going to do the bare minimum of the qualifiers, and they're going to show up in the group stage, And I feel like, for me, they have enough quality to do so. We saw what they did last season, and the conference league reached all the way to the quarterfinals. They lost to Basel, of course. And I just think, for me, it's a good team. Now, other teams that could come close, Kaya Klaksvik, as much as I want to believe in this team, of course, they're making their debut for the first time ever, and they're the first time for Island clubs being represented in Europe. I don't think they have the quality nor the experience to compete. Then I think Olimpia Ljubljana, I think they're going to just fall short. I feel like, for me, they have the players. I just feel like, for me, Slovan Bratislava will beat them when it matters the most. So, yeah. And then Lille, for me, they should be able to top this group. I mean, they have, insane players. I mean, you have Jonathan David Kranjčar. That guy is, unbelievable. One of the best strikers in CONCACAF. It's still crazy he hasn't made a move yet out of Lille. I'm very much surprised. And, yeah, we know what Lille is capable of doing, of course. They were in the Champions League a few seasons ago, so, yeah. Moving on to Group B, guys, we have Ghent, Maccabi Tel Aviv, Zorya Luhansk, and Bristolbik. So coming in second place, guys, I have at Maccabi Tel Aviv. I want to believe in Bristolbik, but I just don't think they have the quality to compete. And once again, what I said for Kaya Klaksvik, they're also representing Iceland for the first time ever in a European competition. So shout out to them. Best of luck to them, but I don't think they'll be able to do it. Then I just feel like, for me, with Zorya Luhansk, I like the roster Zorya Luhansk have, but I just think Maccabi Tel Aviv have the better individual players, and that's why I think they're going to pit them for that second place spot. And then Ghent, of course, they should be able to top this group of the quality players they have. And remember, guys, I think they made it all the way to the conference league quarterfinals last season, and they lost to eventual winners West Ham. So I feel like, for me, Ghent is a very good team, and there is one player to look out for. His name is Gift Orban. He scored a hat trick against Istanbul Başakşehir last season in the conference league. I believe that was on the road as well, which is even more crazy. So, yeah, shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. Group C, guys, we have Dinamo Zagreb, Victoria Pleasant, Astana, Balkani. Coming in second place, guys, of Victoria Pleasant. I just feel like, for me, Victoria Pleasant, even though they may not be the most convincing team, they may be a team that kind of just gets by, do the bare minimum. They have played in the Champions League, and that is something Astana and Balkani can't say, because Balkani, for me, I just feel like, for me, yes, this is going to be their second season here. I just feel like, for me, they're going to really struggle, and I think it's a very difficult group. And as for Astana, even though they're a very good team, underrated, I feel like, for me, they're going to really struggle. And I just saw this particular in the Champions League qualifiers. I think Dinamo Zagreb actually defeated Astana to get here, so that's interesting to note here. But, yeah, I think Victoria Pleasant, for me, they should have enough quality to advance with the quality players they have. And, of course, they were in the Champions League last season, even though they were probably one of the more worser teams in the Champions League, to be fair. But, yeah. Anyways, first I have Dinamo Zagreb. Even though Dinamo Zagreb have been good, they dropped all the way from the Champions League to the Conference League. And that's kind of a worry, considering how good this team is, And for me, the quality players they have, they shouldn't really be in the Conference League. This is honestly, this is a team that should be in the Champions League, And it just shows you guys how much they've declined. But even with all that being said, I still think they should be able to top this group. And they did lose one big player this summer, though, Livakovic to Fenerbahce, and I think that's a huge loss, and I think they're going to definitely regret making that sale. But this team is still good enough to top the group. Group D. I don't know why I said Group E. Group D, guys, we have Club Brugge, Bodo Glimt, Besiktas, and Lugano. So coming in second place, guys, that was Besiktas. Besiktas, for me, is going to do it. I've been really, really convinced with the roster they brought in. They got Abubakar, they got Rebic, and I think their strikers are really good. My issue with Bodo Glimt, though, is I feel like this team has regressed. I feel like this team is not as good as it used to be. They've sold some big players in the last couple of summers, and I just not really been convinced with this team, And even though they are good at home and they're going to put up a great, admirable fight, of course, we know a few seasons ago they made the Conference League quarterfinals. I think Besiktas is going to do it, and I think Besiktas will beat them. And of course, Lugano, I think they're going to put up a great, admirable fight. I just don't think they're going to have the quality. I just think they're going to lack the results. I think they're going to play well, but they're not going to get the results that are necessary to advance. And then Club Brugge, they should be able to top this group with the quality players they have. You have Jutkala, that's their firing all cylinders. And then they have this young Norwegian kid, I think is Nusa. He was really good in the Euro qualifiers, particularly I think against Georgia. I think he had a standout game. So I think Club Brugge should be able to top this group. And even though they were terrible last season domestically, they did do well in Europe, and that's what's going to be the same here in this case. I think they're going to make it very far in this competition. Quite possibly one of the maybe it could be an underdog pick to win it. Then we have Group E, guys. We have AZ Alkmaar, Aston Villa, Legia Warsaw, Zrinski. Coming in, sorry, I skipped through that. Second place I have is Aston Villa. Sorry, second place I have is AZ Alkmaar. Why did I say Aston Villa? Second place I have AZ Alkmaar. I feel like for me this roster is pretty good. They have a good team on paper. Even though they did lost their big player Reinders to Milan, they made it to the Conference League semifinals last season. And that is something that Legia Warsaw and Zrinski cannot say. And I feel like for me they have a great team. And look out for Pavlis, a very underrated striker. And yeah, I think they're going to do it. And then first place, Aston Villa. I mean, Unai Emery is cooking something at Aston Villa. The team is unbelievable. You have players like Leon Bailey, Paul Torres, Emi Martinez. You have Kamara. The team is stacked, and they're going to be one of the favorites for the Conference League, of course. So I think they're going to do well in this group, and they should be able to top this group. So Group F, guys, we have Ferencváros, Fiorentina, Genk, and Kukraki. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that name right. So coming in second place, I have is Genk. I think Genk, for me, will just about do it. I was really, really impressed with what they did last season in the Conference League. I think they made it to the round of 16, I think I want to say. I have to double check, but they're a very good team, very good Belgian team. And my issue with the other two teams that Ferencváros, for me, I'm just not really convinced. I think the team has been in a downward trajectory, and I feel like for me, the loss to, KI at home and the Champions League qualifiers is really embarrassing. And I just feel like for me, Ferencváros is not that good anymore as they used to be. They will still be competitive in this group, and I think they'll probably get third. And then as for Kukraki, they play some good football, but I think they're going to really struggle in this group. And I think they're making their debut for the first time in the Conference League, if I'm not mistaken. And then first, Fiorentina, of course, Conference League runners-up last season. Of course, I think they'll do really well. They'll do well in this competition. They got them insane players. You have the likes of, obviously, they did lose Amrabat, though, which is a big loss, but you still have the likes of some good players. And yeah, I just think for me, Fiorentina will do really well in this group. I think they still have the likes of Dodo that's still there. Then you still have Cabral that's still there. Actually, no, I think Cabral moved to Benfica. But yeah, Fiorentina will still do well regardless. And yeah, I think they're going to do it. So then Group G, guys, we have Frankfurt, PAOK, HJK, Aberdeen. So coming in second place, guys, is PAOK. I think PAOK for me is going to do it. I'm not really convinced with Aberdeen. And HJK, I think they're going to really struggle in this group. So I think PAOK will do it just about. And then first, of course, is Frankfurt. They have a good team, And even though they did lose their big star man, Mwani, to PSG, I think that Oliver Glasner is still a good coach. And Frankfurt is known for making good competition, good cup runs. They're a very good cup team. So I think they're going to do it. So yeah. And then Group H, guys, the final group we have here, guys. We have Fenerbahce, Ludogorets, Sparta Trnava, and Nordsjælland. Coming in second place, guys, I have a Ludogorets. I was very, very tempted to pick an upset, but I just think Ludogorets just have enough quality. Of course, they came down from the Europa League qualifiers. They lost to Ajax, and Ajax is a good team, so I think they'll do it. And yeah, I think they're going to put up a good admirable fight. And Fenerbahce, of course, they have an insane roster. I mean, they just signed Livakovic from Dinamo Zagreb, and I think that's a really good player to get there. And, I think Fenerbahce will be able to cakewalk. Maybe not cakewalk, but they'll be able to top this group with ease. So I want to know your predictions in the comments below, guys. This was kind of like a short, concise video. So let me know your predictions in the comments below, guys. Remember, guys, to like and subscribe. And yeah, make sure you guys also check out my platform in the description below. And also consider becoming a member of the channel to get access to members' videos and member streams. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.